An old Zager cassette.
If you find a cassette player, perhaps you could hear what is on it. I remember seeing an old boombox when we ransacked one of Zager's hideout. If you They call Super Hexagon a Twitch game. I doubt even Doc Holliday had quick enough reflexes for this one. I've never gotten farther than 3.5 seconds. It's intense. I don't know if that's because it gives me vertigo, or because of the ominous lady shouting game over every time I die. I would add stolen cell phones to that list.
Hey, I'm arranging one of the tech crews to run a full diagnostic of the metal detectors in the facility. But I want you to oversee the work on your station personally. There are too many potential hiccups that could be had in the commissary. And with the arrival approaching so quickly, I'm looking to you to shore up the weakest link. If you need any additional resources, you let me know.
Increase the threat level.
I'll check his pockets. Nice.
When I play Kentucky Route Zero, I'm transported to my childhood. I can smell the coffee-stained computer in my father's home office. Conway's surrealistic point-and-click adventure is something best experienced on a quiet Sunday morning. As the sunlight pours into the room, I wonder when the developers at Cardboard Computer will release the next episode. I don't mind waiting though. Every new episode is a gift.
threat level is back to normal.
Can you hack this open?
Some OmniView abilities require and will not work. You're inside.
Good idea.
Welcome to my domain. What are you buying? Come
My
back
battery was getting low.
anytime.
Oh.
You have just found a new battery for the girl's phone. Some OmniView abilities require battery power and will not work when the girl's phone is not well charged. You will probably find more batteries lying around this facility. You may also recharge the phone at a demon server or inside confinement rooms.
This may come in handy.
Check in.
I'll be taking this. Going into Rick's pockets. Got it.
Huh?
Let go of me!
I've captured 390H.
Looks like the Prizrak just took all of the girl's contraband item. No call for pen. If you want to get you'll need to have the girl pickpocket the offending Prizrak once she's out of the cell. This
Welcome to my domain. What would you like? Lure Prizrak away from the trolls. Leaving so soon.
Don't let creator Benjamin Rivers serenade you with lies about how this game is just a sci-fi romantic adventure. I know what Alone with You is really about. It's about a time video games were going through an existential crisis, driving around in a Trans Am, feathered mullet blowing in the wind, rocking that new CD player and not truly knowing who they are, or why they're here, or what that disembodied voice is telling them. And that's a beautiful thing. If you find
The body is strange, librarian. Oxytocin and endorphins lead so many to mistake robotic chemical responses for emotional attachments. Worse, though, is what Burroughs promotes. He suggests deviant behavior as a mechanical way around the trappings of societal control. We cannot let people think their bodies are ways around the state. They must exercise the République with their bodies in everything they do. Everything. Throw naked lunch in the pile.
Good idea. My battery was running low. Nothing.
Everything looks good.
Let's go for the steal. He's not carrying anything.
Everything looks good. Got my post secured.
Let's see what he's carrying. Got it.
If the girl needs to circumvent a room full of Prizrak, the vents are a good way to travel.
P0 here.
Welcome to my domain. See, lure Prizrak away from the trolls. Sorry to see you go.
Going in to pick his pockets. Got it.
Can't get this
I'll
open.
hold on to this.
Destiny was my favorite jam of 2014. I just want to live in a tight fantasy sci-fi world, blasting away at enemies, dancing in the tower, and taking a breather while in the majestic aurora of orbit. Destiny is the rock and roll of games today. Even its stiff-necked detractors are quietly tapping their toe to its infectious beat.
Can you believe that many regard Whitman, the iconic poet of the American Republic? That alone says enough. This verbal monument to sensuality and excess, you know that no library except Philadelphia would touch it after publication. Reading it is like watching the man stroll naked through the streets. I, too, sing the body electric, though perhaps more forcefully than even Whitman could enjoy.
Sounds good. The door's been locked. I need assistance. I'm locked out. Huh?
He almost got me. I'll check his pockets. Got it.
Gravity Rush is secretly one of the most innovative games from Japan in the past few years. I love everything about this game, the thrill of its gravity-defying platforming, its twisted Parisian aesthetic, and even the name of the heroine's black cat, Dusty. You may not know a ton about Japanese culture, I'm an expert. But Gravity Rush is called Gravity Days in Japan. That's so much cooler.
Definitely here. Better raise the threat level.
We need to find a screwdriver.
Welcome to my domain. See any leaving so soon?
Good idea. We can recharge here. The door.
Before we can look to the future, we must look to the one who will lead us there.
How are you out of your cage?
Murray.
I gave you a stay of execution, and this is how you repay me.
Murray is coming.
Well, those flickering embers of clemency have gone cold.
There must be another way out of here.
That file is dead, and so have we. So are you when I get down there.
There must be something you can do.
The Overseer secure. The Lustful. The Monopoly. The Civil Engineer takes what is true, regardless of source, and puts it to use for safety and comfort. The State Artist seeks only to educate her neighbors against the ordinary. The greedy industrialist owns and owns and owns. She stifles. The mad inventor covets his results and denies his peers data, always envious. The monopoly. The lustful poet's vulgar winds blow down the walls of our house, exploding beauty into decadence. Wisely, the neighbor, the slothful union man spends. The state art, the lustful poet's vulgar winds blow down the walls of our house, explode. The state artist seeks only to educate her neighbors against the ordinary, exposing the beauty in truth. The civil engineer takes what is true, regardless of. The greedy industrialist owns and owns and owns. She stifles the research that would threaten her financial bottom line.
Before we can look to the future, we must look to the one who will lead us there.
The wrathful soldier's boots clamp across the street. The working class heroes keep their heads down and their mind. The gluttonous baby kisser stuffs herself with ballots until she is purged from op. The lustful. The monopolist unifies different. The neighbor. Wisely, the politician shows that serving the people is the path to sane obedience. The working class heroes keep their heads down. The greedy industrialist owns and owns and owns. She stifles the research that would threaten her financial bottom line. The state artist seeks only to educate her neighbors against the ordinary, exposing the beauty in truth.
Welcome to my domain. Come back anytime. Welcome to my domain. What would you like? Reveal present locations on the map. Lure Prizrak away from the trolls. Sorry to see you go.
I'll be taking this.
One of the great terrors of literature is its ability to touch a reader's unspoken experience. But you understand, librarian. A République requires peace between its citizens. Animal Farm gives voice to bigoted trends we must erase. Its laws separate citizens into different body types. Those with 2 legs and 4 legs and wings. It's a short jump from this fiction to realizing that you've never liked the color of your neighbor's skin. This one belongs in a cage.
Nicely done. You are one cool customer. Now you have the Omni software update needed to access the library door. I have set a new waypoint to lead you back to the atrium. Before going back to the atrium, I recommend unlocking a few Omni abilities at this terminal.
Easy on yourself.
You know,